Yes, I think that it easy to learn English because the conjugation do not change depending on the pronouns. It is also easy because we do not have a great need to learn the gender of the words. Since they are learned while we speak, they are hundreds of words. They are similar to Spanish. Mm, There are no accents or complicated construction. Writing in English is not difficult. In English, the simplest solution is usually the best. Simple phrases are usually the best. To write well in English, it is best to write simple sentences without getting lost in overly elaborate sentences, which we often use in Spanish. I believe that love is more important than money because love gives you a feeling of spiritual happiness and joy that money cannot buy. And when you are in love, you can say that you are the happiest person because all you want is to be by your side of your spiritual companion. But some people believes that if they have money, they can buy everything, also love. But this way of thinking is totally wrong because love cannot be bought with money. Love because it seems to me that money is a material thing that makes you happy at the moment, but money ends quickly, and in the end, you are left alone and with vouchers. Yes, I believe that it should be necessary to teach children English because it is the predominant language in today's world, and this language is also among the most influential countries in the globalized world. Like many other disciplines, English is early to learn when we are younger. Hence, the importance of teaching this language is primary schools. From the first school cycles, Ari says the process of teaching English in school is similar to that of the academics, although a little less intense. No, I don't believe that violence is necessary, but in almost all society they fight against violence. It is still considered a task that corresponds exclusively to the police and judicial authorities and to penitentiary into institution. Violence is so deadly that many times we cannot perceive its real dimension. We see it as something natural. We even call it love concert or else democracy or altruism. Please, peace cannot consist solely of the absence of conflict. For me, the most important thing is the personality because the personality is the one that marks the most important moment on his life and is what other people really remember. I think we are in an age where the number of people who resort to cosmetic operation increases considerably. We try to present ourselves to others as graceful, as possibility, but what will always matter is what we had inside our essences as human beings and all the good that can be contributed to other people. I think not. Pets should have their own space for their recreation. In addition, having pets indoors has its disadvantages. For example, the noise or animals coming from homes, whether they are barking of dogs, meows of cats, or the singings of animals. Certain species of birds can be a nuisance for the neighbors with whom they share the other apartments. It also happens that many people live with several animals in the same house and they market other people mm, who live in nearby house comfortable. That is why I don't think it is inconvenient. I believe that no job is perfect because there will always be some inconvenience that makes us think that we should dedicate ourselves to other activities. However, I believe that the secret is to stop seeking perfection and focus on choosing a path in which the pros more that compensate to the cons. That is a path that has advantages that are very valuable to you and that at the same time has some disadvantages that you can tolerate because just because how feels you don't is not me. It always has to be easy, wonderful, and fun. Not does it mean there is no change or failure. Yes, I believe that God has given us all the skills and virtues to perform is whatever area we can develop everything we have enough. I also what we learn over the years. Also, not all individuals are equal. We come from the same side or we like the same. Not all human beings observe the same skill for the same thing and luckily thanks to there is the diversification of tastes and jobs. Almost all humans and beings, even those who observe some muted problem of intellectual disability, among others, are designated by some type of aptitude. Yes, I have always been convinced that we are not alone, nor are we the most advanced in technology or quality as beings. That civilization on other planets have to be different is obvious. Only in the solar system, each star is different in composition and orbits in a different eclipse, circumstances that make it evident that in the magnitude of the universe there can be no beings equal to airlines, but some are similar and others completely different, according to who have been contacted by inhabitants of very distant stars. Studies have shown the slim or zip object not belonging to our or influence using technology superior to those developed by the men and permanently visit and observe. Um, Today, we live in a very different world. Science it has been transformed by the digital revolution and advance in medicine and human knowledge. Technology has had an impact on everyone. It's like every time it is easy to access a computer and the internet. It was a nascent reality is very home in the world. Also today there is overpopulation. The great increase in population is happening in our cities. 20 years ago, less than half of the world's population lived in the urban areas. Research have been warning for decades about climate change, but these devastating effects have begun to be seen, especially in recent years.